In the bright and ever-changing world of Chinese entertainment, there are two names that always attract public attention. Two figures who are constantly the subject of fan discussion. Two men whose close relationship continues to be a source of heated speculation and curiosity. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan. Their closeness did indeed begin with professional collaboration, but over time, the relationship seems to have grown into something more personal, deeper, and more difficult to explain with just the words co-workers. Every interaction between them, no matter how small, is always captured with great attention by fans who seem to be able to read their body language better than they can themselves. Recently, the spotlight has returned to how Wang Yibo seems to be showing a side of himself that is rarely seen by the public, a protective side, a side that is not ready to see Xiao Zhan get too close to other people. Although he is not the type to openly show his feelings, it is precisely because of this that his every little gesture becomes very meaningful. Yibo is a man of few words, but his expressions are often more honest than his words. When the camera captures his gaze following Xiao Zhan in a crowd, or how his body unconsciously leans towards the actor when they are in the same place, fans immediately sense an intensity that is difficult to ignore. There are certain moments that make many people believe that Yibo harbors feelings that go beyond mere friendship. For example, when Xiao Zhan interacts with his co-stars, chatting casually, laughing, or paying attention to them, Yibo's expression often changes, even if only slightly. A slight tension appears on his face, as if he has to restrain himself from showing more emotion than he should. Fans call this Yibo jealous mode, a funny but quite accurate term to describe the subtle change in the way Yibo looks at Xiao Zhan when competition arises. Xiao Zhan, on the other hand, seems unaware of how strong his influence is on Yibo. With his gentle charisma, friendly attitude towards everyone, and warm smile, he always manages to make those around him feel comfortable. Many say that Xiao Zhan's presence is a kind of resting place for Yibo. Someone who makes Yibo's world feel quieter, more peaceful, and easier to understand. When the two of them are in the same room, there is an invisible chemistry that seems to connect them, something that makes them seem more in tune than can be explained by logical reasons. There are many moments that show how Yibo quietly pays attention to Xiao Zhan. For example, when Xiao Zhan is talking to staff or fans, Yibo is often seen standing a little closer, as if to make sure that nothing disturbs or makes the actor feel uncomfortable. There are also times when Yibo turns his head just to make sure that Xiao Zhan is okay, or when he automatically adjusts his pace to keep walking beside Xiao Zhan. These small gestures are easy to miss for those who aren't paying attention, but for fans who have been following their journey from the beginning, it all feels like part of a bigger story, a story that is quietly woven together through simple attentiveness and a natural closeness that cannot be faked. Some fans even believe that Yibo has a protective instinct that arises without him realizing it. When Xiao Zhan appears too familiar with someone, Yibo will observe with an expression that is difficult to interpret, a mixture of curiosity, concern, and a hint of dislike. Not in a negative sense, but more like someone who is used to having a special place in another person's life and suddenly feels that his position is threatened. Interestingly, however, Yibo always remains calm. He is not the type to overreact or show his emotions dramatically. He just stays quiet, observes, but remains close enough to ensure he doesn't lose contact with Xiao Zhan. Behind the scenes, the two often display a relationship that seems much warmer than what is shown publicly. There are moments when Xiao Zhan jokes around, and Yibo looks down and smiles shyly, or when Yibo says something that makes Xiao Zhan laugh until his eyes narrow. There is a comfortable silence when they sit side by side, not needing to say much, but still feeling connected. Many people refer to this kind of closeness as a relationship that transcends words, a closeness that can only be understood by two people who trust each other completely. One of the reasons why fans believe so strongly that Yibo is not ready to share Xiao Zhan is because of the support he always gives the actor without being asked and without announcement. When Xiao Zhan went through a difficult time, Yibo was there as a silent supporter. There were no grand statements, no dramatic actions, but there was an aura of steadfastness that made people feel that Yibo was always on Xiao Zhan's side. A relationship that stands strong when storms come is often proof that their closeness is not just a relationship formed by work, but by a deep sense of mutual trust. Although many have tried to dig deeper into their relationship, both Yibo and Xiao Zhan have always chosen to maintain their privacy and focus on their work. But that's exactly why fans appreciate every little interaction they get. They see how Yibo pays attention to Xiao Zhan even in seemingly ordinary moments, and how Xiao Zhan always looks comfortable when he's around Yibo, as if the man's presence gives him a sense of security that's hard to replace. What makes this relationship so interesting is the fact that there are no claims, no admissions, yet the attention shown feels so real. Many fans believe that affection does not have to come in the form of the word love or grand declarations. Sometimes love comes in a quieter form, a glance, a small step closer, or the way someone protects another without seeming excessive. Over time, it has become increasingly clear that whatever the relationship between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan is, there is something special that sets them apart from other celebrity couples. There is honesty in the way they treat each other. There is sincerity in the way they understand each other's presence. There is a comfort that only comes when two hearts have been connected for a long time. And if the small attentions, subtle jealousy, and emotional closeness that Yibo has shown all this time are considered signs, then many believe that his love, whatever form it takes, is something real. Real not because it is announced, but because it is felt. Real not because it is shown in a big way, but because it is present in every small moment that never escapes the eyes of fans who are always watching with affection. In a world full of spotlight and pressure, Yibo may not be ready to share Xiao Zhan with anyone, not because of selfish possessiveness, but because he truly cherishes Xiao Zhan's presence in his life. And for many people, this may be the purest form of love, protective love, quiet love, love that endures even though it is never spoken aloud. So, after seeing all these interactions and heartwarming moments, what do you think is really going on between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan? Is Yibo's protective nature just a coincidence, or is it a sign of a deeper relationship? Write your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any other interesting videos. See you in the next video.